Nissan just killed the V8 and replaced it with something that might actually be better. The all-new Nissan Patrol has landed, and it is not the Patrol you grew up knowing. It is bigger, smarter, more luxurious, and honestly, a little controversial. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly whether this thing lives up to the legendary name it carries, or whether Nissan just handed Toyota the crown. Stay with me, because we are going deep on everything. If you are new here, welcome to the channel. Hit that subscribe button right now, because we break down every major car launch with zero fluff and zero paid opinions. And if you are already part of the family, drop a comment below. Are you excited about this new Patrol, or do you think Nissan played it too safe? Let us get into it. Why the Patrol name carries so much weight. Before we talk about the new one, you need to understand what the Patrol represents. This nameplate has been running since 1951, making it Nissan's longest running series of models. That is over 70 years of off-road DNA, desert domination, and a fan base that is borderline religious about this truck. For decades, the Patrol and the Toyota Land Cruiser have been locked in one of the greatest rivalries in automotive history. Both born in the same era, both built to conquer the same brutal terrain, and both carrying generational loyalty that car brands today can only dream about. So when Nissan announces a brand new generation Patrol, the pressure is enormous. Every single decision they make is going to be put under a microscope. And today we are that microscope. Goodbye V8, hello twin-turbo V6. Let us start with the most controversial decision Nissan made, because this is the one that has the internet divided. Gone are the days of the V8. The all-new Patrol moves to two V6 engine options. Now, before you close this video in anger, hear me out. The engine you probably care most about is the 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6, expected to produce around 419 horsepower and approximately 516 lb-ft of torque, with acceleration into the mid-6-second range from 0 to 62 miles per hour in a vehicle that weighs over 2.7 tons. That is seriously quick for something this size. Depending on market, there's also a 3.8-liter naturally aspirated V6 option, better suited for daily driving in varied terrain, both paired with 9-speed automatic transmission. Now, yes, the V8 rumble is gone, and if you are a purist, that stings. But the numbers do not lie. This twin-turbo V6 is producing comparable power with better efficiency, and the towing capacity that working Patrol owners depend on is expected to remain competitive. And then there is the Patrol NISMO. Nissan has previewed a NISMO version in select markets, and this performance variant is reported to push output to around 495 horsepower and 700 newton-meters of torque. If you thought the regular twin-turbo was punchy, the NISMO is in a completely different conversation. Familiar but polished. Now let's talk about how this thing looks, because design is where opinions really split. The all-new Patrol is undeniably big and imposing, stretching to 5.2 meters in length. Nissan fitted it with signature double C-shaped headlights designed to flow seamlessly around the exterior, and there is a special heritage motif that activates as you approach the car or unlock the doors, a subtle nod to the Patrol's legacy since 1951. The dual-tone paint options look sharp, and the overall stance communicates authority the moment you see it on the road. But here's where we have to be honest with you, because this channel does not do fan service. The general consensus among automotive media is that while the exterior is bold, it reads more as a confident evolution than a revolutionary redesign. When rivals like the Land Cruiser, the Mercedes G-Class, and the Land Rover Defender are successfully and boldly pulling inspiration from their heritage, the new Patrol feels, to many observers, like a missed opportunity to bring back some of the raw, boxy character that made older generations iconic. Whether that bothers you depends entirely on what you loved about the old one. Where Nissan actually impresses, here is where the all-new Patrol genuinely earns its keep, and honestly, this is the section that might change your mind if you're on the fence. Step inside and you'll find dual 14.3-inch displays that merge into a seamless 28.6-inch digital cockpit. That is an enormous visual statement, and it works extremely well in practice. The seats are crafted from premium leather with embroidery inspired by Japanese art, and the cabin accommodates up to 8 passengers across 3 rows. The seats are built from high-damping foam engineered for exceptional support and improved posture, and the advanced climate control system automatically adjusts airflow for individual comfort across all zones the moment passengers are seated. Think about that for a second. The car is reading the cabin environment and adapting around you automatically. That is not a gimmick. That is genuinely thoughtful engineering. Zero-gravity seat technology is carried across the cabin, specifically designed to reduce long-haul fatigue and improve the physical posture of every occupant. Rounding out the luxury credentials is a panoramic sunroof that floods the cabin with light, and pneumatic massage seats in higher trims that push the Patrol firmly into Range Rover conversation territory when it comes to long-distance comfort. Still a desert king. For all the luxury talk, this is still fundamentally an off-road machine, and Nissan has not forgotten that. In equipped models, adaptive air suspension allows for significant ride height adjustment, and in certain configurations, a wading depth of around 700 millimeters is reported, making water crossings far less intimidating. The adaptive air suspension also adjusts for easy passenger entry and exit, convenient loading, better on-road handling, and optimized off-road performance. There is a piano button E-shifter for seamless gear transitions and multiple terrain modes, including dedicated sand, mud, and sport settings, so the drivetrain is always matched to the surface beneath you. Off-roading in Gulf conditions primarily means tackling dunes rather than technical rock crawling, so the suspension setup and sand-oriented electronics are directly calibrated for the core market this car is built around. And for markets like Australia, among the first right-hand drive countries to receive the new Patrol, this kind of all-terrain capability is a daily requirement, not a weekend hobby. A genuine step forward. The technology package in this generation is a real upgrade over anything Patrol has offered before. The Pro Pilot driving assistant is a first with Patrol nameplate and takes control of steering, braking, and accelerating while keeping the vehicle centered in its lane. Rear automatic emergency braking monitors moving objects when reversing and automatically applies the brakes if a collision is detected. Predictive forward collision warning uses a laser rangefinder to provide both visual and audible alerts about potential hazards ahead. All of this is displayed in real time across those twin 14.3-inch screens, keeping everything the driver needs within clear eye line. For a vehicle carrying up to 8 people through demanding environments, this level of active safety support is not optional equipment. It is essential. Is it actually the king? All right, here's the part where we give it to you straight. No hype, no marketing spin. The all-new Nissan Patrol is unquestionably a better vehicle than the one it replaces. The twin-turbo V6 is fast. The interior is genuinely luxurious. The technology is class-leading for this segment, and the off-road capability remains serious. But is it the king? That depends entirely on what you value. The Middle East is one of Patrol's strongest markets globally, and this car is clearly engineered with that audience at the center, alongside buyers of markets like Australia, Canada, and South Africa, where towing capacity and real-world durability are non-negotiable priorities. In those markets, this car will absolutely dominate. But place it next to the Toyota Land Cruiser 300 series, the Range Rover, or the Defender in a straight comparison, and in our editorial view, the Patrol still has ground to close when it comes to overall refinement and brand perception in premium global markets. That is not a knock. It is context. The real strategic question for Nissan is whether this new generation can convert buyers who have never owned a Patrol, because attracting loyal repeat owners keeps the lights on, but dominating a segment long-term requires pulling in entirely new audiences. The NISMO wildcard. One thing that could genuinely shift the conversation in Nissan's favor is the Patrol NISMO. With around 495 horsepower and 700 newton-meters of torque on tap, a sport-tuned adaptive suspension, and a motorsport-inspired exterior package, it represents everything the standard Patrol is a little too composed to be on its own. If Nissan markets this version aggressively and gets it into the right hands, it could reframe how the entire range is perceived. The NISMO is a loud, confident statement the standard car deliberately avoids making, and in the current media landscape, that matters enormously for brand image and conversation. The final call. The all-new Nissan Patrol is a very good SUV. It is comfortable, powerful, technologically advanced, and capable off-road. If you owned a previous generation Patrol, this will feel like a genuine leap forward in every measurable way. If you are cross-shopping against a Land Cruiser or a premium European rival, The decision is genuinely close and comes down to your priorities and which market you are buying in. What it is not, at least not yet, is an undisputed king. It is a strong, serious contender wearing a legendary crown and actively working to prove it still deserves to wear it. That is the full breakdown of the all-new Nissan Patrol. Now I want to hear from you in the comments. Are you a Patrol loyalist who is satisfied with what Nissan has delivered? Or do you think they needed to go further to compete at the very top? Drop your honest take below, because the comment debates on this channel are genuinely some of the best conversations we have. If you found this video useful, give a thumbs up because it genuinely helps more people find this content. If you are not subscribed yet, hit that button and turn on notifications so you never miss a drop. We will see you in the next one.